Okay, so today, doing something a little bit different from usual. This is Frontier Development's Elite Dangerous, which is the sort of current day successor to the 1984 original, which was absolute smash in its day. One of the first open world games, space exploration. You could go shooting stuff, you could be a trader, you could be a pirate, do all sorts of things. And it came back a few years ago. It's had quite a lot of updates, quite a lot of things done to it. It's bloody brilliant now. So I'm just going to be doing the first little bit of the game as you would when you first come into it. So we're in the starting system. You start with a ship called a Sidewinder. Let's have a little look. That was the ship you could see there. You don't start with much in the way of weapons or equipment. Can't carry much cargo, but no money in the bank. So I've already accepted an easy mission to do. There'll be a few jumps through hyperspace or witch space in Elite. Taking some data to another station. Just to get us a little bit of money, see if we can get slightly better equipment for the ship. So last thing I want to put on here is a fuel scoop if I can afford one. Yeah. Literally the worst one in the entire game, but we're not going to have this for very long. Oh, there's the... Sometimes you get these wee pop-up missions. You can take them or not. It's up to you. We'll just leave that there just now. You don't always have to decide straight away. This is the mission that I accepted a little while ago. So it tells us there we have to take it to Jamar Orbital in the Jai Hercules system. Open the galaxy map, have a little look at that. So I've already plotted the route from Acellus Primus, which is where we are. We'll jump through a few stars and arrive at Jai Hercules. We have to take a fairly circular route because when you start, your sort of range that your ship can jump through hyperspace is pretty crap, and that's the only way to travel between stars. I mean, it's all done to scale. These things are light years apart in reality. They look really close together when you zoom right in, but in fact it's 15 light years away from our starting point, and it's a pretty big map. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change one of the map filters up here. So that coloured area there, that is the entirety of human civilization. There are tens of thousands of stars and systems in there. Only the major ones are highlighted at the moment. But as I start zooming in, if I flick the map mode, you can see that's actually a pretty dense region of space, and that bubble covered a fair area. You see we can move around lots of stars. So that's a fair old. I mean, the bubble's a few hundred light years end to end easily. Let's put that back there for a second. So we're fairly near the top of the bubble. All the way down to the bottom is not a very scientific way of doing it, it has to be said. I'm just because I'm in power play mode. So it's 201 light years to the bottom. So it's the bubble is a few hundred light years in each direction from the centre. It's a lot of space, and that space contains thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of star systems that are inhabited. It's not a very big part of the map, though. And yes, you can explore this entire thing, and there's loads of stuff out there to find, which we'll have a look at later. But it's big, very big. But let's get flying for now. So there may be occasional stops while I adjust some of my controls and things. I have set them up the best I can from memory to mirror my main account. That sounds probably quite loud as well. So let's just adjust the sound slightly. Okay, we'll just sort that. And let me just... Oh yeah, I want that open up. Drop that there. Better. Okay, so let's just take off now. Ah, forgot to turn this off. In fact, I think it makes you do this the first time you start the game automatically. Okay, we shouldn't have to do that again. Right, this is where I really find out what controls I forgot to map when I start messing around with cameras and stuff. So there we are, we're hovering over the base that we just left.
Incoming mission critical message.
It's probably nothing important. Right, so let's see what the urgent incoming mission was. Oh, it's the same thing. Right, okay, so we'll head out to space. I've just realised another control I forgot to set, or another option I forgot to enable rather. I think it's actually in controls. Interface mode. Headlook mode maybe. Oh, there's one of these that you need to turn on. There we go, show center screen dot. Right, so there's now a dot in the center of the screen, which apart from giving me a handy sort of point of reference, if it disappears, it means I'm in headlook mode. And if it's there, it means that the same control operates the power distributor, which you can see flickering away there. So we're clear of the planet now. It's don't worry about all those little things popping up on the screen there. I'm not interested in those at the moment. Basically everything else in the game can kill you right now, so we're just interested in banking our first little bit of money and see where we go from there.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, so this is the system we want to be in. Let's just have a wee look on the navigation screen, and that's the one we want. You can always spot the one you're after for a mission easily because it's got that little basketball thing next to it. So, system's in a state of civil war. You might or might not have noticed it warned us when we came in. You should be alright, as long as you stay clear of the conflict zones. Haven't actually been in one since the last update. I believe they've changed a bit, so maybe have a look at something like that later on, because you do not go near those, even the low intensity ones. You don't go near them in starter ships ever. Okay, so lock the destination in. It's not that far away either, so here we go. So basically nip in here, collect the reward, look for another mission to do. I'm not going to worry too much about things like influence with the mini factions and the systems and things like that just now. It's a massively complicated game as you want it to be. Lots of little factions, big factions and superpowers that you can involve yourself with. There's different gameplay mechanics for each of the things you can do. There's a really complicated background simulation running, and various minor factions within solar systems can fight for power within them, and little empires and fiefdoms can rise and fall and do. The actions of the players have an influence over everything. There are even player factions in the game that control many systems throughout the bubble, which is what they call the area of space, which has been colonised by humanity. That's that big coloured blob that we were looking at on the map earlier on, known as the bubble. My main account is quite some distance away from the bubble at the moment in a heavily modified ship. It's 30,000 light years outside the bubble, which is just beyond galactic centre. Won't be going that far in this one. It took a long time to get a ship that was capable of doing that. But coming in just a little bit too quick, but we should be okay. And you need to time this so that you drop at just the right moment. And I've just realised another control that I need to nip in and assign. It's telling me on the right hand side there I'm speeding. If you're doing over 100 meters per second at any time in the controlled space around the station, then any accident is your fault and you'll get a fine for it. You're watching what you're doing, you're alright. It's really busy, it's worth slowing down. As you get near the station especially. You'll sometimes get scanned by security forces and things coming in and out of these places. So if you're carrying illegal cargo or passengers, then there's ways around it, but be careful.
Moderate traffic in this sector. Make way for larger vessels. Request approved. Assigned to landing pad 16.
So we've been given a landing pad. It's fine, we'll just follow this ship in. Crate Phantom. Let's look for pad 16 over there on the left.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay.
Landing successful. Engines disengaged.
So we'll just open up the Starport Services menu. This is your interface with the stations and the bases. Little exclamation mark there telling me I've got a mission to hand in. So, there it is there. So we can take 20,000 credits and a little bit of reputation and influence, which is what we're going to do. Or we can take a bit less money and take a bit less money and take more reputation or more influence instead. We're not going to worry about those just now because those come into play a bit later on. I just want monies just now. So a little screen comes up and they've been progress. You can see your reputation's gone up with the guys you took the job from. And the guys you delivered the job to, as well as you can see a superpower reputation there. That's to do with you're standing with the Federation or the Empire, two of the three major superpowers, and the third being the Alliance, but their reputation doesn't really do anything. Federation and Imperial gives you access to new ships and things, some of which are awesome, but take a very long time to get. So just while I remember, there was a control I had to do. Oh yeah. Apologies for this. Christ, can't even remember what section it's under. Right, that should do it. Let's carry on. So, different types of mission: assassinate, recommended rank harmless, which is what I think we are, but not in a paper thin ship like this. That's a combat mission. 2,842 units of liquor. Now that's 5 million credits, and you go, yay, we can carry like 2 units of cargo at a time. That would take us 1,500 and something runs to do ish. You're just too squishy to do combat this early on. Information delivery and stuff like that is a good way to make money early on. Source and return looks rewarding, but you have to buy the things and find them yourself. Although they can be profitable later on. Mining's actually pretty cool now. It used to be absolutely soul-crushingly boring, but they've improved on that massively. So these are just supply small amounts of things. Go find them, bring them back to us. So it tells you up there estimated cost 15,000 for a profit of. Yeah, I mean there's money to be made doing that, but deliver 2 units of grain for 41,000 credits. Place called Magic. Yeah, we can do that. Right now it's all about the monies. And putting some miles under your belt, because you want to unlock the first engineer, and you do that by basically travelling. Now, why are you lit up? Oh yeah, so we've taken the mission to deliver 2 units of grain. So we now need to load the 2 units of grain.
At maximum capacity.
And if you click open galaxy map from the mission tab, it'll open it straight on the star that you're going to be wanting to go to. We're still in power play view. Different ways to filter the map here. Again, don't need to worry too much about it just now, but it is a hugely flexible tool. Whatever it is you're trying to find, whatever it is you want to do, there's a map filter for it. And yes, that does have stuff other than human on it. Again, more about that much later. So you can filter by specific types of government. If you're wanting to do specific types of things, certain types of goods, for instance, are illegal in under certain political systems, so you get much more money for smuggling those things in. Or you might be looking for certain types of instance. For instance, if certain states within the game occur, sometimes the system will, depending on what sort of factions are present in the system, there might be elections held to decide who's going to be in charge, or there might be war instead, depending on the types of government. Certain types of government type yield a higher chance of you finding certain types of activities to a degree. Probably more important is economy type, which again you can filter by whatever you're looking for. Just untick none, otherwise that puts in uninhabited systems as well. So various different economy types, various resources, services will be in demand at different economy types. That's the one I usually use when I'm travelling around in that bubble we were talking about. When I'm exploring in deep space, I use this one, which lets you filter it just purely by the type of star. Let's just change that to realistic. And it stops trying to draw them all at a certain level of zoom. The maximum zoom. And if we move it over towards the middle, still zoomed pretty far out. Look at the size of that grid, miles away. And you can go to every one of these points of light, and there'll be something different in every single one of them. all sorts of things to find out here. There's types of life. There's different geological phenomena to discover. Um, Primitive biological. I don't know what you call them. They're almost like plant life, really, on planets. Very, very primitive biological stuff lives to be found in some other places, and very occasionally what's called xenological contacts, which are usually a structure or something that's been left behind by someone or something. We know more about some of those than others, but again, that's something we'll come back to. Sagittarius, way in the middle there. Big massive black hole. You can go to it, you can visit it. I've been there in the game on my main account. You can get close-ish to it. I don't think I actually got around to plotting the route there, did I? Right. Wow, my sound just went really loud there. Oh no, I know what it was. I pressed the bloomin'. Thought I was pressing mute. I was pressing the treble booster, which means I probably just slurped my coffee really loudly down the microphone. Oops. Full range is kind of fun to play. That's more to do with the range of sound effects than the volume of it all. Let's have a quick look at the loadout here, see if we can lighten the ship up a bit for a start. Buy some fuel, so we've got 20,000 credits now. I'm not sure what services are available here. I ain't been in any of these starting systems for a very long time. I just want to have a wee check at something. Ah, yeah, you get the vibrant paints. I forgot about that. Right, yeah, you don't get any of that stuff. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would let me access any of my stuff from my main account. I didn't think so. So this is how Elite Dangerous makes its money. It's microtransactions. They're not expensive though. I mean they're pence. They're like you buy a few hundred points for a couple of quid, and you can get most things for not too much. Absolutely none of it makes any difference gameplay wise at all though. So it's not a big deal. But everything down here is going to stay empty as long as you're only using the base stuff. But that is fine. I mean, it's you can. There is so much to this game, and lots of people do play it without ever buying a single cosmetic. And if you're going to play in solo, you don't need them anyway. To be fair, I buy them on my main account. They're reasonably priced. I've had so many hundreds of hours of gameplay out of this. I don't mind. It keeps it going. And I know opinion is divided on that, and everybody has and is entitled to their own opinion on microtransactions. So you can change some of the voices on your SRV and your ship. There's a
Greetings, Commander. This is Victor, your cockpit voice assistant.
there's a male one and a female one that are free. The rest of them you have to pay for. This one's brilliant.
Greetings, Commander. This is Leo, your cockpit voice assistant, or COVAS, installed to provide systems, information and analytic support throughout your journey. I am issued as standard by the Pilots Federation in accordance with Statute B7249 of the Interstellar Transit Charter. It should be noted that for insurance purposes, it is illegal to travel in most systems without the use of COVAS technology. Alright.
Yes, that was in fact Holly from Red Dwarf. And that's the voice pack I'm using quite a lot on my main account. Right, so it doesn't really matter that we can't do anything livery-wise. I'm not too bothered about that. Everything important will still be available to us. So, let's first of all see if I can replace this with a 1D. No. To explain, let's see if I wanted rid of that because that's heavy, but I do still want the hanger. Damn it. Right. Is better. Right, do you know what? We'll just take it. If I can afford. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so let's just right, so I've collected the grain already. Sometimes it shows you that wee mark there after you've picked the thing up. Did plot the jump, I think, yeah. Then we can maybe go and well, I'll tell you what. Once we'll do this, and then we'll go and try and find a little bit of combat to do.
Ship detached.
There is some stuff we can do at this easy entry level. So you do need to get a little bit clear of the station. Oh. You see the star disappearing behind the station there. The lighting in this game is incredible. I'm moving a little bit further away than I maybe need to, just to sort of show off the background there. Do like a nice space picture. And there we go. The sun pops back out again. Right, let's the cockpit again, and
Frameshift drive charging.
go. Can't remember how far away from. You don't actually start in our solar system, although Earth is there. You actually need a special license to enter the system. It's the seat of government for one of the superpowers in the game, and you can't get into their system without a security permit, which I can't actually remember how you unlock it, but it's not that difficult to do. You get it. I had it fairly early on. But I'm not going to be racing for milestones playing on this account. This is just for me to muck around with and have a bit of fun. As I say, my main account is on the far side of the galaxy, exploring at the moment. And while I do hugely enjoy doing that, it's sometimes nice just to come back to the bubble and do different things. And I thought, seeing as I have to use my my alternate account anyway, if I want a second ED account, I thought, well, why not stream it a little bit? You never know, there might just be a little crossover somewhere between the train crowd and the spaceship crowd. So we scooped the star for fuel. It's hydrogen-based technology, and that's what we're pulling off the star as we go past. We've got a crap tiny little scoop. We have to get quite close to the star for it to be effective, so we heat up quite badly, and it doesn't pull very much. And so really for us, it's a range extender rather than a way to travel indefinitely. Because it's a pain in the ass to get a full refuel out of it. Okay, so this station's going to look a little bit different. This is just a platform. So when it says safe disengage ready, you just drop out and you'll come out in the vicinity of the colony or the station or whatever it is. As soon as you're within 7,500 meters,
Docking request granted.
yay! So, can't see, we're looking for the big yellow marker thing. Must be around the other side of the station. So there is pad 02, that's the one we want. Now, you want to come in facing the end that the numbers are at. So we just need to turn around a wee bit. Need to be careful because 01's lit up as well, which means there's another ship nearby. That could be it up there. No, that's a security ship scanning us. That's cool, you don't need to worry about it if you're not doing anything dodgy.
Landing gear deployed. Engines disengaged.
Hmm. I do apologise. I will continuously find little controls that I've forgotten to assign to things. Why the frick are you not working? You should work. Okay, can't turn the lights on or off when you're on the pad anymore. Ah, well, no biggie. So, Starport services. So we'll not be able to buy very much here. These little space stations tend not to have many facilities. Oh, they've got an outfit in place. So, mission board to hand in. Get our credits. And then I'm going to have a wee look for something. Deliver. Complete. And take the money, I think. Hooray! Hey. Probably won't be able to buy very much here. But we'll take that. That extends our jump range a little bit and gives us a wee bit more power to play with to boot. Nope. 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 Can I replace that with something a bit longer range? Oh, I can't afford the 2.8. Is the 2B really worth it? I'm not sure. Probably not. Oh, shit. Shield generators. Ooh, a bi-weave. Right, what a bi-weave does is it's not as strong as a normal 2C, but it recharges much faster. Great for small, fast chips. It's also better than the one we were carrying, so we'll take it. Ah, can't afford it. Balls. Can't afford that either. Oh, this is rubbish. Right. Not to worry. We'll be fine. Let's have a look on the gal map. Or oh, 640 and extraction, right. Oh, so I have to actually, god damn it, right, so I need to actually go to these systems to, that's just a detention centre. Right, that's probably not what we want. Oh, this is an extraction economy. Right, let me just check something. No, I'm looking for ringed planets. Do I have to go to Dahan? Oh, that's that other mission that it wanted me to do. Have a look at that system, seeing as we can access. Oh, it does have rings. Right, we'll go here. So you can actually plot a route to the planet if you want to. Right, so that's that. Oh, yeah, well, okay, so it's given the mission rather than being asked if we'll do it, so we might as well just go and hand that in. 10,000's 10,000. At this early stage of the game, it all counts. Oh, and now my lights work. Okay, more controls that need to be bound. You get that used to them is the thing. Right, that should be everything. Ooh, that's the other one I need to do as well. I know why that's not working. Honestly, there's that many targets, that many um, there's that many controls. That you forget them all until you actually go to use it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, let's go.
Fuel scoping.
Right.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, no rings here. Looking for gas giants in particular, but anything with rings around it.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping.
Okay. Let's have a wee look at the map. Excuse me.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Nope. So these early systems are all
Charging.
all mapped out for you already. As you start to move away from the starting area, you'll go into systems that you've never been in before. You can use the navigation buoys. You approach it like a planet. You drop it into normal space. You can scan it, and it'll tell you everything once you've scanned it. That's in the system. Or you can do it using the discovery tools, but that would take you quite a long time for very little reward in an inhabited system. They've all long since been discovered by players, so there's not that much incentive for it.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Still no rings.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, Ocellus Primus might actually have what I'm looking for, if I remember correctly. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So we'll go out to Beagle 2 Landing, which is one of the possible starting points in the game. I have spent so much time around this area. Beagle 2 Landing, of course named after the ill-fated Mars probe from the late 90s, early 2000s. Lots of popular culture and astronomical references in this game. Big chunks of the map have been made using data sourced from NASA, the ESA, any space agency that publishes their data, essentially any commercially operated sources. They've used them all, and yet the vast majority of the map is still procedurally generated, using an insanely complicated game engine that paints, you know, there are, it's not perfect, but it's still incredibly impressive how it generates all these star systems, of which there are literally hundreds of billions to go and visit. The game's been out for about 3 years now. PC, it's been out on console for a year and a half, and the entire player base has still explored, I think, 0.003% or 0.03. It's less than 0.03% of the galaxy has been explored so far. And I love going out into deep space and just seeing what's out there. So the reason I'm going to Beagle 2 Landing first is because I just want to change something on the ship quickly if I can. If we have the money to do it. We might not. Those little points of floaty light, those are other starships travelling in frameshift drive, which is what you use to get around at faster than light speeds. Or indeed sublight, but relativistic speeds. Came in a little bit close to the planet there. Slowed down a bit by its gravity. That's a bit rubbish. I was hoping to get fixed weapons. Get rid of these gimbals. Right, not to worry. Oh, that's what else I want to check. Oh, that's not even worth putting on, man. No chaff either. Right, okay. Anything else in this system I can try? Right, I'm looking something up quickly to see if I can find. Um, burst lasers near here. Right, not in this system, so... There are, of course, many search tools you can use to help you with this game.
Ship is disengaged from landing pad. Regulate your speed until free of stations are in effect.
Alright, let's just be careful not to crash into anyone on the way out, because we've not got enough money at the moment to be taking fines. Should be alright. It's the security police. So pretty much everything I scan for the first wee while is going to give me some sort of new discovery, and all that stuff can be used later on for crafting.
All clear. Have a good flight, Commander.
Conda's huge compared to this little boat. Right, I am looking for... low risk resource extraction site. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into resource extraction site, which is like a sort of a designated mining area. be some ships in there mining the asteroids, and there'll be some cops flying around, space cops flying around from. There'll be security ships from whichever faction controls this system, and there'll be the odd pirate who you can join in giving a kicking. It's really the only way to do combat at this stage of the game, because you're too weak to try taking anything on yourself, really. Switch to combat mode. So there's low, there's normal, there's high, and there's hazardous resource extraction sites, or RESIs as they're called. And that just refers to the sort of the difficulty of the low difficulty can still be quite tough. It just means they're going to be fairly weak enemies. So if you've got a weak and squishy ship, or you're just starting out and learning, this is the place for you. And the trick is just to follow the space cops around and wait for them to start shooting at something, then just join in. The only thing you got to be careful of in these is you have to be absolutely certain you don't accidentally shoot space cops, because they don't like it. And it causes problems. Not insurmountable ones, but annoying ones. Unless you really fuck it up, then you die. Okay, so we're now dropping into the ring. Right, more controls have not done properly. God damn it. Obviously there won't be much more of this. Oh hell, I can't remember how I've actually got this set up on my Oh man, I've totally forgotten how I've got this done on other one. It just doesn't feel comfortable though, you know? No, I'll need to go back and actually play with the other one. Muck about with the systems. Right, so, anyway, let's have a look at what's going on around here. Oh, right, so they're all shooting at something. Let's target their target. Oh, we're too late. Right. Right, he's a space cop. So is he... Lots of space cops around. Ah, right, now I remember. Right, that should be the end. That feels more like it. So what I'm basically looking for is ships with an unknown status. Somebody's scanning me. He's clean. So nobody's actually a threat to me yet. Space cop. He's probably a miner if he's in a cargo ship. Not much going on in here.
Fusion charge detected.
Ah. I'm too busy mucking about with my menus and missing all the fights. Right, as soon as you confirm he's wanted, you can join in. There we go, we just got 17,000 credits for that. As long as you let the scanner finish doing its thing and you confirm the dude's wanted, you can join. If you shoot before it confirms though, you get in trouble for it. You don't actually have to wait for the cops to start on the guy, but it's sensible. A little ship like an Eagle I've got no problem taking on. Hey! Another 10,000. Another Eagle as well. He's wanted as well. Not a very powerful ship this, but it's a very agile ship. What I really need is the space cops to join in, which they should at some point. Right, so what I'm looking for is unscanned ships. Pilots Federation and stuff. System Authority, they're not going to be baddies. So these sites can go quiet for a little while. Couple of dudes mining. Pop the guns away actually. What we got down here? System Authority Patrol. Oh, Solitary Cobra on its own can quite often be a bad dude. Oh, he's on his way out. He's wanted. He's a bit too big for us to take on our own though, so... Oh?
Target destroyed.
Ah, there we go. Right, let's see if we can get one more and then... back to base. Oh, I didn't quite get to the Cobra in time. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the system security people around.
Frameshift charge detected.
Ah, Viper. Now he again is a little bit on the big side for me to be taking on my own. Let's see what the space cops do. Space cops round on him. I'll have a go. Right. Let's see if the space cops actually help out here. Yeah, there we go.
Target shields offline.
And now they're throwing everything at the guy.
Target destroyed.
Nice. Oh, there's that. I wanted Diamond back. This might as well. While the cops are all still nearby. So he's firing chaff now. Which buggers up my gimbals.
Flight assist off. Target shields offline. Flight assist on. Target destroyed.
Oh, we didn't get the bounty for it because we didn't hit him. That's annoying. Oh, what are they all shooting at?
Target destroyed.
Right, I think for now probably okay, so we'll just actually not mass locked by the ring because the ship's that small. I'm used to having to fly way away from the ring before I can do any jumping. Right, so it's off the end of the ring there.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, Shin. Oh, the rubbishy, stupid starter stuff. Let's see what this is. Trading beacon. Oh, this is some of the new content that's been put in. Right, I'm not even certain what that is, so I'm just going to the station. for now.
Delay Tango Romeo Alpha. Permission is required before docking procedures can begin, Commander. Access permitted. Set course for landing pad 13. Continue on approach.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown. Engaging docking restraints. Station facilities are at your disposal.
Okay, so we'll just we'll just hand in those bounty vouchers. So we go to the contact section. Blah 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 blah. Authority contact. 72,000. Not bad. Not bad for a first day on the job. And that's probably a good time to end that there. So I probably will do some more of this at some point, because I do really like this game. It's, when I'm not playing with trains, this is probably what I'm playing with instead, so I do have a lot of love and a lot of time for it. And it is kind of fun sort of being back at the beginning, but knowing what to do now, knowing a lot more than I did the first time I was back here, when it was just all bewildering and confusing. So yeah, you might see some more of this in future, but for now, that's it. Thanks very much.